I'm gonna love it. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just trying to get everything set up. I don't know who's on right now, but all right. So we're gonna go over. We're gonna talk business credit, maybe a little bit of personal credit as well. But we're gonna talk business credit. I'm gonna give you guys banks that you can go to. Some of them are gonna be no doc banks, and you should be able to easily get up to, I don't know, 30, 40 or more $1,000 if you just follow this information. All right. And so giving you the information is the easy part. Following it, not so much. Um, so this is my second day going live. Yesterday I went live, and I had people ask questions yesterday that I'm going to answer today. I was live 3 hours yesterday. So I want to make sure that if they're on right now, I go over some of that information. But if you guys will give me a few minutes to get situated and just to kind of see who's on my live, I definitely appreciate it. Give me a few minutes. A few minutes. And if you guys got any comments, you got any questions, we can do a Q&A. We can do another Q&A. So if you guys got questions, put them in the comments. Let me know what your questions are. I'll look at them and I'll answer them as I see them, okay? Make sure you guys share this live. Share this live. I'm going live on TikTok. That looks mad crazy. Alright. Let's try to see who all is here. How does this look like this? The TikTok got me looking mad like Alright. I believe I might be live. I see I'm live on TikTok. Let me see. I can't really tell if it's Facebook or what places it is. But hey, what's up, Jamie? How you doing? All right, so what up, TikTok? What's up, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere that it's being streamed right now? I don't know why this thing looks so crazy right now. All right, so my goal for tonight, like I said earlier, this is pretty much just a, I'm going to start today where I left off yesterday. I was supposed to do this at 6 o'clock today, so I don't know if anyone that was waiting for me to get on at 6 is now on, but I was supposed to do this at 6 today, but I'm obviously now doing it at 7. Give me 1 second. Let me get this camera situated, man. I feel like, hold on. All right, so we're going to be covering business credit. We're going to be talking about a little bit about SBA. I'm going to make it so that this video is shareable, only because, like I said, I know there's people yesterday that had questions, and some of them asked their questions, and I want to make sure if they jump on or not that I answer the question, because some of you guys may have some of the same questions. All right, so there's things that I'm going to cover. Like I said, business credit. Um, Also, I'm going to give you guys some banks that you can go to help you build your business credit. And these banks that I'm going to give you, I'm going to tell it to you in a way to where if you just follow that format, you're able to really maximize the opportunity to get the bag. I'm good. Thank you so much for asking, Jamie. Hold on a second, y'all. My bad. All right, so I'm getting situated, y'all. 1 second. How about now? Can you guys hear me? TikTok, not TikTok. I know TikTok can hear me, but Facebook, Instagram. Be patient with me, you guys. Be patient. I promise you, it will be worth it. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, I promise you, it will be worth it. If you want to build business credit, it will be worth it. If you want to fix your personal credit, it will be worth it. Just be patient with me, all right? All right, Jamie, so we're good. You can hear me? Rex, can you hear me too? Dang it, I keep deleting stuff. All right, so like I said, you guys, I'm really going to give out a lot of information tonight. If any of you guys are interested in building business credit, if you're trying to start a business, if you want to fix your personal credit, I got you. I'm going to give you all the information that you need to be able to do that, okay? So if anyone has a question or a comment, you guys can go ahead and type them in the chat. If not, I'm going to go ahead and get live with it, okay? And so, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off giving you guys a format that I use for my clients to help them get high limit personal credit. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that when you want to get the big, loans as far as business credit is concerned, what they do most times is they use that based off of your personal credit. So if some of you guys don't have good personal credit and you still want to learn how to build business credit, I went on for probably 3 hours yesterday. So even if you have bad personal credit, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to give you information and let you learn how to get business credit even with bad personal credit, okay? I did this for maybe 3 hours yesterday on TikTok and on Facebook. So what I'll do is I'll start by first letting you guys know that there's a certain way that your business should be structured in order to get the loans that you're wanting to get. Hey, what's up, Maurice? So whether you have good credit or bad credit, your business has to be structured a certain way, okay? Now, would you guys do me a favor? Would everybody please comment what type of business you have if you already have a business? If you don't already have a business, then just comment and let me know that if you want to start a business. That's important because the information that I give, I want to make sure that it's tailored to those that don't have a business but want to start one, and those who have a business but are trying to build business credit. Okay, so if you guys will do that, comment right now if you have a business. If you don't have a business, a new tea brand, okay? All right, how long has your tea brand been in business? Anybody else got a business already, or is everyone just trying to start one? All right. New T brand. So here's what I'll do while you guys type that in the chat. Starting a new business. I want to start a business. Okay, perfect. I'm glad that there are people here that want to start a business. Maurice said that he's starting. I said a new T brand this year. So you just started too. VR gaming. That is dope. That is dope. So this is actually really good because what I see happening a lot of times with my clients is they go through the process of already starting a business and they've messed everything up. And so they start to realize that they're not able to get funding for their business. And so that's when they come and get me to help them get funding. Now, one of the things that I do, and I'm going to tell you guys what I do so you can do this in your own business. If you're starting a business, then what you can do is know the correct way to start the business. All right. Because I'm telling you, I don't care if you have a 1,000 credit score. I don't care if your credit profile is perfect. If the foundation of your business is not properly structured, you will get denied every time. Ask me how I know. I know because it happened to me. Okay. And so it happened to me recently. And I teach this stuff for a living. So I should not have made the mistake that I made, but it's still an easy mistake to make because I have so many businesses. Or let me back up. I have so many LLCs because I want to fund every single LLC that I have. All right. And so I got denied for a loan because I didn't have my stuff structured properly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over how to structure your business. Now, TikTok, unfortunately, you guys can't see what I'm about to show. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to still say it, but I'll try to take my phone and turn it so that you guys can see my screen because unfortunately, I can't use my computer to go live on TikTok. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my iPad and I'm going to write some stuff down. Okay. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Can you guys see my screen right now? Hold on, TikTok. I'm going to turn it around for y'all. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let me know if you can see this information, y'all. TikTok, I know you can't see it yet. Be patient with me, y'all. I'm trying to make it so that you guys can see it too. All right. Hey, Leon, what's up, man? I was just asking about you. I see you. I'm glad you're here too, brother. So, Jamie, you said you can see it? TikTok, I'm going to have to figure something else out for y'all because it won't be able to show y'all. So, like I said, I'll still say it out loud so you guys will be able to hear it. And I'll do my very best to also show you guys as well. All right, so Leon, just so you know, man, what I'm doing right now is I'm going to recap from yesterday. I know we was on this thing 3 or 4 hours yesterday. I don't plan on being on there this long today, but I do want to give you guys tons of value, okay? So I'm about to get started. I know I've kind of taken some time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys if everyone would please share this live. Share it. Please share it. Please share it. All right. Share it for me. I want to get as many people on as possible. If you are not following me, please follow me on all social media platforms. Sometimes I post different stuff on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. All right. And so I'm going to get into it. Right now, what I'm going to do is talk to you guys about structuring your business because like I just said, that is the foundation. That is the most important part of it. All right. What's my Facebook page? My Facebook page is CEO Josh Earl. And you got to make sure you get the right page because I got fake pages out there. So shoot me a DM on that page. And what I'll do is I will, hey, Anika, how you doing? Appreciate you for joining again. I'll make sure that you got the right page. Okay. So if you guys would please, again, comment if you already have a business, comment what your business is. And if you don't have a business, then just comment to let me know that you're interested. You guys, please be interactive, okay? So ask questions. If I make a good point, put fire emojis. Just do something to help me keep going. Okay, be interactive, okay? Because that really helps me out a lot. It's CEO Josh Earl. So there may be a CEO.Earl, but that ain't mine. It's probably a fake page. All right. Okay, so here we go. Starting a business. To TikTok, like I said, I'll just have to say it for you guys because until TikTok allow me to log in from my Mac, I can't do what I'm doing for the other platforms. But if you follow me on one of the other platforms, you can also see my screen there as well. Okay. Okay, you guys. So starting a business. All right. Now, the foundation of starting a business is what a lot of people fail at. And that's the very thing that causes a lot of you guys to get denied when you're trying to get business credit. So there's people who, Cheryl's a consultant. Me too, Cheryl. That's good. That's good. There's a lot of people who are starting businesses, but you guys are not doing it correctly. So what happens a lot of times is that you guys end up having to come to me or to somebody else to help you fix it because you don't know why you're getting denied, right? So if you'll follow this format, I'm going to walk you through how to structure your business. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a strategy that I give to my clients. People pay me a lot of money to be able to do what I'm going to share with you guys. Some of you may ask yourself, well, if they pay you a lot of money for it, why are you sharing it with us? Because I know most of the people on here are not going to do anything with it anyway. That's just the honest to God truth. There will be one or two people that will actually implement this information, okay? And I'm confident in that. Now, one of the other reasons why I'm going to share this information is because I don't know if my mom joined or not, but if she did, I'm going to call her out. My mom said to me, she said, Josh, you always over deliver everything you do. You always give people so much value. You need to not do that. You need to charge for the stuff that you're teaching them because you had to go through so much to get the information. So here's the thing I told my mom, and I tell it to all of you as well. I said, Mom, I said, if I have to worry about giving out too much information, that means I don't know enough. Is that fair? There you go. Oh no, I thought it was my mom. That's not. That's Jamie. Absolutely, Jamie, you're welcome. So I want to be transparent with you guys, okay? Be patient with me, please, because I'm leading up to something. And I'm going to go over all this information for you guys, I promise you. So if I can't give you guys this information, that means that I'm too concerned with what I know and I don't know enough. I need to go and learn some more. But I just want to let you guys know, I've spent probably between starting in August, from August to today's date, I've invested about $80,000 into my own education. Okay. I've invested $80,000 over the last couple of months so that I can use this information and be able to teach it to my clients. So that I can go to TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and make free videos to give you guys information. So I'm not worried about sharing this information with you guys. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Now, when you start a business, most people, they fail at a few different things. All right. So here's the things that most people fail at. Most people, what they do is they fail at their LLC entity designation. All right. And so what I mean by that is most people, they'll go and be a sole proprietor. I see that a lot. Some of you guys may be a sole proprietor as well. Now, if you're a sole proprietor, that's not terrible, but it's also not good. And I'll tell you why. Because what happens is that you're still directly connected to your business. So if you get sued or anything else, now what happens is that you're legally liable to pay for whatever suing took place, right? So you're legally responsible for it. So I'm not going to harp on this too long because I really want to get into the meat of everything. I really want to give you guys the real value. This is value, but it's not the real value that I want to give. So I'm not going to harp on it too long. So if any of you guys, Cheryl, I'm going to that next too. You're absolutely right. I appreciate you so much for saying that. For those of you who don't see it, Cheryl said that her issue is the registered agent. Now, I know I talked about that last night, and so I know there's other people that also have that same problem. Hey, Cheryl, would you just type yes or no? Would you be willing to come on live with me so that I can ask you about the registered agent? If you are, it will be helpful for everyone else as well. So what I want to tell you guys is that if any of you see, Jamie says she made that mistake. Jamie, did you make the mistake of being a sole proprietor? Is that what you're talking about? So, okay. Now, if you are a sole proprietor, not a big deal. Okay, what you need to do is go and change that. And you need to register yourself to be an LLC. Okay? LLC is, I'm in my 90. Yeah, no problem at all. You good, Cheryl? It's all good. LLC, for me personally, is the best entity for new businesses. Okay? So now I'm going to write it up here as well. You're going to have people tell you on the internet. And I'm going to tell you guys what people tell you, right? Because I hear it too. People are going to tell you that you shouldn't get an LLC. They're going to say that LLCs are dead. Okay? LLCs are not dead. They'll say get an S Corp. They'll say get a C Corp. And I probably shouldn't be addressing this because I don't have nearly as many followers as these guys do. But I know what they're saying is not good for my target audience. My target audience are people who are wanting to start a business, wanting to grow a business. It's not for people making, millions of dollars. I don't care. It's not that I don't care about them, but they're not my target audience. All right. So if you're making millions of dollars, I want to be friends with you, stay on the live, but you're not my target audience. Okay. My target audience are people who are starting their business and also growing their business. Okay. So if you're starting a business or growing a business, if you do not make more than $40,000, write this down, you guys. Please write this down because I'm tired of hearing people mention this and they're not right in what they're saying. Please write it down so that way when you hear it in the future, you'll know, like, yo, Josh said that was cap. A lot of people are going to flex and try to make it look like, they got so much money and they're doing so well. But trust me, a lot of these people are really broke. All right. So when you're starting a business, you want to register as an LLC. Now, when you start to get to a place of making $40,000 profit, $40,000 profit, when you start making $40,000 profit, I'm not talking about what you're netting, what you're grossing. I'm talking about what you're netting, what you have after taxes, right? After expenses and everything else. When you start making $40,000 profit, then you want to look at an S Corp. Now, if you guys recall, we had someone on yesterday on TikTok who he told me he had a C Corp. And I asked him why. And I was really curious because a lot of people, they make the mistake of just registering as an S Corp or a C Corp because they heard someone say it online. But the thing that was different for him based off of what he told me was he said that he made $150,000 in his business. So yeah, by all means, bro, C Corp up, S Corp up. Now, a hack for you guys, not a hack, right? But one of the things that you guys could do is if you're making more than $40,000 in your business, I would say register as an S Corp, but you need to put yourself on payroll. Okay? Put yourself on payroll. So Cheryl says, she says, I do have a few LLCs. That's good. And then Coach Remy said, yep. Coach Remy, what were you agreeing to? Let me know. Cheryl says, so how would you set up that S Corp? Good question. I'll answer that. Somebody in Facebook, Jamie, why'd you close it? Don't close it. Don't close it. What you need to do is never close it. You need to just take that and make it into an LLC. You can do that. Make it into an LLC, okay? So register agent. Facebook user, it doesn't tell me your name, so I can't say your name. And I don't know if this is the same person or different person. But it says, I so badly need to stay here to learn more, but I'm at work. I'll try to stay as long as possible. No problem. You guys, I'll let you guys know. My plan is to go live every day this week. I want to do it at 6 o'clock. But follow me if you're not, because again, I post content like this all the time. All right. So how would you set up the S Corp? Okay, so the best way to do it is the same way you set up your LLC. But when you set up your LLC, if you notice, it'll be a section for you that says, I really wish I could show you my screen. Facebook, I'm going to show you guys my screen. I'm going to go look at this real quick. I want to show you guys something. I'm going to try to show you my Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to show you guys my, what's going on? My actual desktop. Oh, I see what's happening. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna show you guys my desktop. Cheryl, this is more so for you. Um, so I really wish that you could see it. Follow me on Instagram, CEO Josh Earl. I need more followers on Instagram anyway. So right now, you guys, just so you know, I have my laptop, my iPad, I got a lot of stuff here, so it's making it difficult. I'll just explain it. So when you go and you get your LLC, there's a section that says it's entity formation. Okay, and so there's going to be a section for your LLC. There's going to be a section for your S corp, for your C corp, nonprofit, um, uh, um, S corp, C corp, nonprofit, foundation, and sole proprietor. Now, if it's a new one, all you have to do is you just go ahead and set it up as an S corp then, right? But what the mass majority of us have to do is the mass majority of us are going from our LLC and we're electing to be taxed as an S corp. Okay. Now, the way that you do that, there's a form that you have to fill out. I have the form. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab the form. 1 second, y'all. All right. So this is not the form, but so the if you just Google I really want to give you guys that form. I think it's in my room. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna tell you exactly what form it is. I don't want to. There's many forms. I don't want to tell you the wrong way. Wrong one. Uh, and I think I have videos explaining this as well. Hold on. Yeah, form 2553. So if somebody would please type in the comments form 2553 to register your LLC as an S corp if you're making more than $40,000 per year profit. That last part is very important. It has to be profit. Okay. So if you're not, then you need to be an LLC. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move past that now. Where most people fail at, even when they have an LLC. Hey, thank you so much, Indy, bro. I appreciate you, man. Says, well, just not where I want it to be in business yet. What do you mean by that, Indy, bro? Also, cooking legacy elegance. Is that what I say? Cooking. Thank you for typing. Thanks to everybody for typing that form, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Cheryl. Um, okay, so now when you guys set up your LLCs, there's things that are happening that most people do wrong once they have the LLC. So a lot of you guys may have made the same mistake, and I've seen some of you guys say that you have made it. The thing that people are doing wrong is they're using their primary address, their home address, as their business address. Okay, don't ever use your home address as your business address because, and I'll tell you why. The reason why you should never do that is because I'm trying to get this thing unstuck. The reason why you should never do that is because, Cheryl, I'm going to pick on you a little bit. I knew you did. Now, Cheryl, let's just say that I know you and I know what state you live in. Um, then, and I know the name of your business. I can find out where you live at. It's really dangerous. It's really, really dangerous. So if you guys use your home address for your LLC, it becomes public record. Anyone can find out where you live. Anybody, right? So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to remove that address and change it. Now, when you go and update it, you'll see you got to go to the Secretary of State website. When you go to the Secretary of State website, what you need to do is you need to go and do an update, and you're going to see that it's going to say the principal address. All right, the principal address. So that principal address needs to be a virtual office. I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying virtual address, and I'll tell you why. That's the next thing people do wrong. So when you go and change that address, you want to get a virtual office, not a virtual address. All right, and I'll explain the difference. Virtual office is a place that you can go to that has a physical location. I use a company called Alliance Virtual Offices. If I want to, I can go there today and pick my mail up. If I want to, I can go there today and I can hold a meeting. If I wanted to, I could give you guys that address and say, hey, meet me there. I've already reserved a boardroom and everything else. It's a physical location. Here is why that's important. Now, I was recently at Chase, at Bank of America, and at Truist, and at Navy Federal Credit Union because I was getting my LOCs funded. Cheryl, no problem. I will recommend some. So what I did was, when I was sitting there, this is at Bank of America. At Bank of America, the lady asked me, what's your business address? I gave it to her. She said, does it have a physical location? She literally asked me that. I had never been asked that before. And I told her, I said, yes, ma'am, it's a physical location. You know what she did? That lady typed it up. And she looked and she said, oh, okay, I see. I wasn't even getting a credit card. I was just opening an account for one of my businesses, my coaching business. She asked that. I left Bank of America and I went to Chase and I opened up a bank account for that same business. Guess what my man asked me at Chase? What's your business address? I told him. He said, is this a real, he said, is it a physical building? And I said, yes, sir, it is. Yo, I look. So if you go to Chase, most of their banks, you can kind of see one of their computer screens. I look, and my man literally had he had the address typed in, and I saw the overhead shot of my virtual office. Now, if I would have used a USPS or UPS mailbox, which is what a lot of people do, had I done that, then it would have been a problem. There's no way I would have gotten any credit card. These people are not going to give you credit cards if you do that. All right. So the address, it has to be a virtual office. If you listen to some of my videos, you're going to hear me say virtual address. I'm guilty of that. But the reason why I'm trying to change my term, because unless you have a conversation with me or unless you really pay attention to what I'm saying in the videos, you'll go and get you a PO box, or you'll go and get you like a virtual PO box because you'll say, well, Josh said a virtual address. No, get a virtual office. It has to have a physical location. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try to speed up, you guys, because this camera battery is running low. All right. So a virtual address. Okay, we're good on that. Now the other thing that happens a lot of times is that you use your cell phone number. Not a big deal. I've gotten approved for credit for my business with my cell phone number. I had everything else done correctly, but my cell phone number, right? Now, what you want to do is, and this is my recommendation. This is what I tell my clients. You guys are going to see that there's going to be some banks, and I know hey, who here lives in a place that you've never heard of Truist Bank? If you've never heard of Truist Bank, can you comment and let me know that you've never heard of Truist Bank? If you've never heard of Key Bank, if there's not a Key Bank anywhere near you, can you comment that for me? And here's the reason why, you guys. What I teach my clients is that they need to get a 1-800 number. And the reason why you need to get a 1-800 number is because there's something that's called a foreign entity. Foreign entity, okay? Now, as a foreign entity, I'm writing it for you guys. Foreign, or however you spell foreign. I didn't do well in school, but I'm very successful. T-I-T-Y. Foreign entity, okay? Now, the reason why you want to register your business as a foreign entity, you only have to do this if you live in a place. Since I keep freezing, I'm sorry, bro, Indy, bro. All right, so a couple people said they've never heard of Key Bank. Key Bank is where you go to get the bag. You can get a bag from Key Bank, but you probably never heard of Key Bank because you're outside of their footprint. Now, let's say you do everything I tell you to do correctly, but you don't get a foreign entity. You don't register your business as a foreign entity in the area that KeyBank approves. What is going to happen is when you go and apply for KeyBank, you're going to get denied. Yo, I don't care how good your credit is. I don't care how beautifully structured your business is. They won't approve you because you're outside of their geographical footprint, meaning you're in an area that they don't service. So because of that, you cannot get a loan from them. KeyBank is a great bank. Look it up. The way that you get it, if you've never heard of it, if you live outside of that area, you have to register your business as a foreign entity inside of the footprint of that bank. Hope that makes sense. Okay. So we've already covered the address, right? We've covered foreign entity, meaning like that's part of the address. That's the reason why I'm telling you guys, when you get a business phone number, it's really best for you to get a 1-800 number, because 1-800 numbers are not local to any specific area. Okay, so like Cheryl, for example, I feel like I know you, Cheryl. That's what I'm gonna keep calling on you. Um, Josh, can you elaborate on registering your business as a foreign entity? Let me know if I may have seen that after I just talked more about it. Cheryl, let me know if you need me to go more into that. I will. Um, so like so let's for example, Cheryl, since you live in a an area outside of KeyBank's footprint, if you use your local number for your phone number, that's not a big deal. They still will give you approval if you have a foreign entity set up, but you're going to notice that your approval limit is going to be a lot lower because they know that your business does not necessarily do business inside of their footprint. You'll get approved, but it's going to be lower. But if I go in there and I have the same credit profile that you have, but I have a 1-800 number, my approval is going to be a lot higher. It's going to be a lot higher. All right. So that's something that you guys need to think about as well. Now, you don't have to go and get a foreign entity if you're not applying for a bank outside of the geographical area that you live in. Okay. So for me, I have to get a foreign entity if I'm going to go to KeyBank, because they don't fund Atlanta, Georgia. I live in Georgia, right? All right, so that's foreign entity. Again, I gave you guys that you need to get a 1-800 number for your phone as the phone number. You don't have to, but it helps. Now, I use a company called RingCentral. I'll tell you why. I like RingCentral because I have a 1-800 number and I have a local number. And what I do is I cheat a little bit. All right, so I have RingCentral for all of my businesses because I typically don't give my personal or business phone number out online. But what I do is I'll list that phone number, so when banks look my business up, they'll see a 1-800 number. And if they call that number, it's going to come straight to my cell phone. It's called RingCentral. RingCentral. You're welcome. No problem at all. All right, so RingCentral is really good. I'll write it for you guys. RingCentral. All right, let me hurry up. RingCentral. All right. So appreciate you, Cheryl. Thanks for typing it in the chat. Facebook, are you guys still with me? Facebook, y'all still with me? Instagram, I don't know if Instagram, oh, it says new comments. My bad, y'all. I'm tripping. Hold on. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay, Facebook, I missed it. I thought Facebook had failed me. Y'all still in there with me too. Fran said that they made that mistake too. Also, when Leon said, also when the banks see home addresses, they are not going to give you the bag. Leon, that is a fact, my brother. They will not give you the bag. Jamie says she's never heard of KeyBank. KeyBank is one of the greatest banks that ever walked the face of this earth. I don't think it walked though. Never heard of them, Leon said. Fran said never heard of them. How do I do that? How do you get a foreign entity? Jamie said, yep. Hey, what's up, Zoena? So you guys, let me know if, because I'm just seeing Facebook and Instagram's comments. Let me know if I need to elaborate more on any of that stuff. TikTok, you do the same. Let me know. I'll go back and elaborate more. Okay. Jamie, I appreciate those fire emojis, girl. Thank you. Okay, so now RingCentral. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. All right. If not, let me know. I'll elaborate. All right. So we went over the phone number, the address, foreign entity, the LLC, and why that's important. Okay, another thing is the name. Okay, I really wish I could share my screen to you guys. So the name. Now, when I say the name, I'm going to mention two separate things. TikTok, I want you guys to listen carefully because you can't see it written down. Now, when I say the name of your business, somebody type the name of your business in the chat. Actually, if everybody, please type the name of your business in the chat. Cheryl said she had that at work. You had Ring Central at work? Type the name of your business in the chat, you guys, please. What's up, Jamie Ponce? I love my kids. I appreciate all you guys for tapping in with me, guys. I appreciate everyone on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I appreciate you guys. All right. Okay. Fran, I'm gonna mess that up, I'm sure. Is that Talor Amor? Anybody else want to type your business name in the chat? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and Bubbles Laundromat. Jamie, I like that, Bubbles Laundromat. All right, so here's what I'll say. Taylor, okay, Taylor, that's what I thought. So this one thing I want you guys to look up. Please write this down. Simpson RN Consulting Services. Cheryl, that's a great name, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to touch on that. Please write this down so you guys can look it up. I would show it to you guys, but oh, actually, hold on. I can do it now. I can do it on my computer. I can't do it for you, TikTok, yet. I'm sorry. I'll figure this out when TikTok allows me to go live on my desktop. Facebook, Instagram, can you guys see my new screen that's showing right there? Please comment yes if you can. I want to show you something. Stay with me, you guys. Be patient with me, please, please, please. Business structure. I'm trying to show you guys something. And this will be good for TikTok too, because I'll be looking at it and I can actually, I'll actually be able to say it for you guys to listen. What I'm looking for, just so everyone is aware, there are certain codes that they're called NAICS codes. Now, with these codes, what happens is it allows the bank to know. It allows the bank to know what industry you do business in. The reason why that's a problem is because certain industries are called high risk industries. All right, Instagram and Facebook, you guys are getting a sneak peek into my credit course. If you guys see all this stuff, this is how I make my ebooks. This is how I make my courses. I literally research so much stuff and I save it all so that way I can come back to it later. Okay, business operations and contracts. That's not it. Business plans. That's not it. Everything. Let me do this. Let me search it. And the reason why I'm looking for this, you guys, is because I want to be able to tell you guys some of the high risk industries without so that way you guys can look at your own business and fix it if you have it like this. All right, my bad. 1 second. I'll talk to you about them and you guys can kind of just listen. And you're able to go ahead and know automatically if this is something you need to fix or not. So the reason why I told Cheryl that what she has for her business is really good is because one of the industries that get the most funding is a consulting business, because it's a less high risk business. Now, if you have a real estate business, a lot of places don't like to lend to real estate businesses. If you have a business that is like construction, I have a construction business, right? A lot of places don't like to lend to construction businesses. Man, I'm sorry, you guys. I may have to just tell you about it because I want to. I don't want my camera to go out. Hold on. Lead magnets. I think I have it here as a lead magnet. Hold on. Here we go. All right, I think this is it. Let me see. All right, TikTok, stay with me, you guys. Lead magnet, net 30 accounts, remove inquiries. That's not it. That's for grants. That's not it either. All right, I'll just tell you guys, okay? My bad. Um, all right, so when it comes to NAICS codes, an easy way to find out if your business is a high risk business, when you're filling out the application for your credit card or your loan or whatever you're doing, if you notice, it'll give you an example of businesses. So what it typically says is what industry is your business in, and then what they do is they'll list like they'll say real estate, they'll say plumbing, they'll say like different names. You may not know it, but when you look at that, most of that is what they consider high risk businesses, and they're almost psychologically tricking you to feel like it's okay to write it down or to key it in because you see it already pre-populated. Does that make sense? TikTok, that makes sense for you guys? Instagram, Facebook, does that make sense? So because they automatically pre-populate these businesses, when you see it, you kind of feel more comfortable just to write it down or just to key it in. So yeah, high risk real estate, transportation. Yep, transportation is also high risk. So here's what I recommend you guys do. Now, I'm just a guy online. You don't have to listen to me. But what I will say is that I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying that you have to do this. But what I am saying to you is if you want to increase your odds of approval, if you want to increase the amount of funding that you can get, here's what I recommend. Let me first say this. Banks will approve you for funding even though you're in a high risk area. Okay, so let me be clear on that. You don't have to go and change it because a lot of banks will approve you even though your business is considered to be high risk. Okay, the problem is this. Because Cheryl has a consulting business. Hey, what's up, Maurice? Because Cheryl has a consulting business, and let's say I have a trucking business. Me and Cheryl can have the same exact credit profile. We can have the same exact credit score, the same exact business structure. Everything is correct. Cheryl will get more funding than I will. I may get $2,000. She may get $20,000. Banks, they are very, very, very cautious about giving money to high risk industries. Okay, so for example, what I used to do is I used to have a rental car business. I used to also have a business where I sold stuff online. Those were some of the first businesses I ever started. A real estate business. What I did was I went back and those businesses were all dissolved. And Jamie, you said it earlier that you closed that business down, the LLC down. This is the reason why I'm telling you to go and open it back up. My businesses were all dissolved as well. But what I did was I went and I woke them up and I changed the name of them. Not only did I change the name, I also changed the NAICS code, the industry. So I made them consulting businesses. Now here's the thing. This is just educational purposes only. You do what you feel is right in your business, right? But I'm just telling you, this is educational purposes only. I'm just telling you what I've done and I have hundreds of clients, and a lot of them have all kind of done the same thing as well. It was a sole proprietor that I closed. I still would open it back up if I were you, and I would just make it into an LLC. But if I have a trucking business and I go and change that industry code, I would do that. I would go and change my trucking NAICS code to a consulting one. I really wish I could show y'all that list right now, but I'll save it for tomorrow. So my recommendation is that it's not a recommendation. What I've done, what my clients do, is we go and change those high risk industries and we change them to consulting. We make them low risk industries. And we've seen that in doing that, we get so much more funding from the banks than when we kept it as a high risk industry. I'll tell you guys my personal business. With Navy Federal, I love Navy Federal. I have over $100,000 of personal credit, not business credit, personal credit with Navy Federal. The reason why that's important is because, as you'll see, some of these banks that I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to explain to you about personal credit first, banks for you to apply for your personal credit, because what happens is banks are more comfortable giving you high credit limits when they see another bank gave you a high credit limit. Meaning when you already have a high credit limit on your personal side, it's easier for you to get a high credit limit on the business side. Okay, in addition to all this other stuff that I'm going over with you guys. All right. Now, I have over $100,000 of credit with Navy Federal on a personal side. And this is just business. These are credit cards. Okay. Before I changed my, actually, so I have a construction business. I mentioned it to you guys. I still have one of those businesses as a construction business, but that's intentional. That's a strategy that I'm using. If you want to know why, I can explain it to you, but I'm not going to waste your time with it. Coming to a logistics company, you could, but I would just do consulting. Okay, so Navy Federal, I was offended because they denied me a credit card. So can consulting be on the end of any business? Yeah, it can. Yeah. Consulting, enterprise, those are two good ones that you can include in your business name that doesn't hurt you when it comes to funding. Logistics isn't bad either. But I was offended because Navy Federal, they denied me a credit card. And I was like, yo, how can y'all deny me a credit card? Y'all gave me $100,000 for personal credit cards. Why would you not give me a business credit card? I know my stuff is structured right. Like I know what I'm doing. But the reason why they didn't give it to me was because it's a construction business. And so that business made $1 million last year. But I was going from Chase to Navy Federal. And what I did was I created a new business name for it. And so because of that, they just used that to say like they didn't feel like I was being honest with my projected sales. But I'm telling them, I can prove it to you. My business made over $1 million last year. I can show you. But they weren't hearing it because the underwriter even said, well, he said, be honest with you, it's a construction business. We don't really like to give money to construction businesses. So they told me that themselves. So again, it's just something for you guys to know. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead on as well. All right. So your business name, that's why it's important. All right. So you need to look at that, and you can always Google high risk NAICS codes as well. Okay. All right. So we went over the phone number, the name. Now, one of the other reasons why businesses get denied is the email address. The email address. Okay. So if you have a business, you better not put at Gmail, at Yahoo, at AOL, or Hotmail. If people still use those. Your business needs to be at whatever your branded name is for your business. For example, let's say, for example, like you guys look on my social media. The name on social media is CEO Josh Earl. Now I have a business that is, that's one of my consulting businesses. Now, my email address for that business, one of them is contact@ceojoshearl.com. If you have a whatever kind of business, your email address should be contact or info or whatever at yourbusinessname.com. The way that you do that, you can go to GoDaddy and set that up. I used to use Google. I used to love using Google, but Google recently sold that to Squarespace. So you would have to go to Squarespace and do it, or you can go to GoDaddy and do it. Okay, but you want to get a custom branded email address. Okay, the next part of that is you want to make sure you have a business website. Social media just ain't gonna do it for you guys. Yeah, sure, use GoDaddy. Social media won't do it for you guys. All right, so I used to go and for the website, I used to put my social media name in that website spot because I didn't know any better. But it doesn't work. You guys need to put an actual website. Now, AI exists nowadays. When I was doing all of this stuff, AI didn't exist like that. So there's AI sites that you can go and it'll set your website up for like 10 minutes, I think. All right. So websites, they don't have to be real like detailed and everything else, but you just need to have a website. You can also go to Fiverr, fiverr.com. There's people that do a website for you for $50. Okay. So you want to have a branded email. And you also want to have a website for your business. Okay. These are reasons that a lot of people are getting denied. So for those of you who are just starting out in business, this is really important for you. For those of you that already have a business, this is really important for you. Okay. So if let's say you were to hire me for your, let's say you were to hire me, right? These are some of the first things I would do in your business. I would go and fix all of this stuff because all of this stuff is the foundation for a fundable business. Okay. Now I'll move on. All right. So the website. Okay. So we got the name, the phone number, the website, the domain. We got the address. Okay. So these things are all really important for you guys to be able to set your business up for success. All right. Now, Leon, I know you were asking, Fran, a jewelry business. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would feel like they're probably not comfortable, but jewelry businesses have to have insurance, so that may be okay. Fran said, I have some serious homework to restructure my business. Yes, it's very important. And let me throw this out there. Okay, so if any of you guys want to build business credit without your social security number being the cause that you get approved or denied, I have an ebook at the link in my bio. Right now it's only $37. Only $37, right? It's for my birthday. Now the book is normally $100. Right now it's only $37. So you can go to the link in my bio. It's not on Facebook, but it's on Instagram and it's on TikTok. So if you are interested and you're on Facebook, send me a DM and just type ebook and send me a DM with the word ebook and I'll send you the link to buy it for $37. Do not go to my website because my website is $100. Okay. So if anyone wants to build business credit without your social security number being the reason you're approved or denied, then, like again, TikTok is inside of the link in my bio. Instagram is inside of the link in my bio. Facebook, send me a DM saying ebook and I'll send you that discounted link. Now, I will say this as well. A lot of places, they got to get your social security number to verify your identity. And the reason why it's important for me to say that is because I saw one creator on Instagram make a post and a lot of people were complaining under his post and saying, he said it was without a social security number. But when I go to these places, they ask for my social security number. I'm trying to help out. I don't even know this guy, but I'm trying to comment to these people and say, hey, well, what he meant to say was your social security number does not determine if you're approved or denied. But a lot of places will ask for your social because they have to verify your identity. And that's one of the legal ways they have to do that. But with that, I'll tell you, a lot of you guys need to make sure. Some of these places, what they'll do is they'll automatically have a box check that says personally guarantor. You need to uncheck that box. Some of you guys, hold on. Hey, can you close my door? My office door? So now, sometimes they won't have the box check. Sometimes they will. So it's just your responsibility to make sure that there's not a box check that's saying that you're personally guaranteeing that loan, if that's what you're trying to do. Okay. But if you're okay with that, and you should be, if your credit is where it needs to be at, then what you need to do is just go ahead and personally guarantee it. But the places that are inside of that ebook I have don't personally guarantee any of those places. You shouldn't have to. I wouldn't personally guarantee any of them. All of them will approve or deny you, not based off of your social, and they're really easy to get those places. Now, the reason why I say that, Jamie said, what's the name of that box to uncheck? It'll say like personal guarantor. Personal guarantor. So if you guys ever hear someone say PG, PG stands for personal guarantor. All right. And that just basically means that you're personally guaranteeing that that loan is going to get paid back. The reason why you don't want to do that, and I hate to say it, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. But before I understood business, hold on. Hey, can you close my door? Thank you. Before I understood business, So loud, big head stuff. Before I understood business, man, I was in so much debt. I had failed businesses and everything. That's the reason why I know so much, because I failed so much in my life with business that I just learned. Um, Now, unfortunately, because I failed, but I did something right with a couple of them, I made it so that I didn't personally guarantee it. So these people will still call me to this day and be like, "Do you own Prolific Luxury?" That was my rental car business. I was like, "Nah, you got the wrong person." They definitely got the right person, but I'm not gonna pay that debt because I don't operate that business anymore. That's the beauty of creating a business. Is if you create a business and it fails, as long as you don't personally guarantee it, then that debt will not be on your personal credit. Okay, you're welcome. Cooking Legacy, Elegance. I think that's. I can't really see that well, but Cooking. You're welcome. I'm gonna call you Cooking. So if you guys start a business, again, I'm gonna move past this, y'all. I promise. But if you start a business and the business failed, um, and you do it based off of the way that I explained in my ebook, which is not require your social security number, that will not go to your personal credit. It will not impact your personal credit. Now, the banks that I'm going to give you guys in a few minutes and tell you how to apply for them and what order and stuff like that, all of those are going to mess your personal credit up. If you don't pay those back, they're going to mess your personal credit slam up. I'm talking about slam up. How do I know? I did that too. That's the way. That's the reason why I know how to fix credit, because I failed. I mean, my personal credit, I was in more than $200,000 worth of debt. Business credit, there's at least four lenders that are still. I never paid them because again I failed. But I have a construction company, and so there's Floor and Decor. I have a $10,000 limit with them from my old business that I don't even use anymore. I pay that every month because I still use that card for my new business. Okay, but yeah, so again, I'm not gonna harp on it. I'm not gonna keep talking about it, but that ebook is inside the link inside of my bio. If any of you guys are interested in it, if you buy it, please send me a DM because I'm gonna hold a private like workshop for everyone that buys that ebook, and I want to make sure that you guys actually get access to it. I'm gonna go really, really deep based off of the information in that ebook. So let me know. Send me a DM if you buy it. Okay. All right. So moving past that. Now, we've talked about how you should structure your business, right? Now that you guys know how to structure your business, what I'm going to go over is actually, let me cover this really quick for Leon. So, Leon, you were asking me yesterday about the SBA 7A loan. For some reason, I don't know why it didn't dawn on me, but I do know what you're talking about. So, the SBA 7A loan, I wrote a little bit about it, some basic stuff, but it's the program for business owners who have a small business to be able to get funding, right? Now, the beauty of this SBA 7A loan is that if you can't get conventional or traditional funding, this is a way for you to get funding for your business. All right. Now, one of the things about it is that you have to still be able to qualify for it, but the qualifications are a lot less than what it would be for a traditional bank. Now, another benefit is that you can use the money any kind of way that you want to, as long as it's for a legal purpose of your business. And your business have to be a for-profit business with inside of the United States, and obviously it needs to be a small business. Okay. Now, a lot of these places, and this is what I mentioned to you guys yesterday, a lot of these type of loans, these grants, everyone's interested in a grant. Everyone's interested in getting a like one of the SBA loans. They have to be paid back first of all, right? So you have to be able to prove that you can pay them back. But one of the other things is that they want you to have a business plan. Now, if you don't have a business plan, it's almost guaranteed that you will not win that grant. It's almost guaranteed that you will not get the SBA loan that you want. Now, what I'm looking for right now is, I'm not going to waste time with it. So just so you guys know as well, there's a person who is on TikTok that she liked one of my videos or something, and I saw that she does grants. Like, she's really good with grants. So I sent her a DM and I said, hey, let's collab. Let's do some videos together to help people out. Let's bring value to people. So she and I, we're going to have a meeting on, I think tomorrow or Wednesday. So what I'm going to do is on Thursday, my plan is to go live with her, and we will actually go over grants. Yeah, grants. Okay. Now, what I'll do, and that's what I was looking for. If any of you guys are interested in grants, I have a sheet that goes over grants. It gives you a lot of different information for grants. It's not a whole bunch of stuff on it. I don't want to mislead anybody. I'm not trying to mislead you. It's not a whole bunch of stuff on it. My ebook has a whole bunch of stuff. That grant sheet, it has a lot of information, a lot of valuable information, but it's not a whole bunch of stuff. Now, if anyone does buy my ebook, shoot me a DM and I'll send that grant list to you as well. Okay, but you have to send me a DM or send me an email and let me know that you bought it, and I'll email it. I'll email that list to you. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get into now. What I'm gonna do is get into the meat of everything. I'm gonna get into the meat right now. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to. All right, Facebook, be patient with me. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to give you guys information, and it's going to be very important for you to write it down. I'm going to give y'all some time to go ahead and write it down, okay? Now, if you just joined us live, congratulations. No, grants don't need to be paid back. Not grants. Unless they say, but no, grants don't need to be paid back. All right, so Jamie, thank you for the fire emojis. I appreciate you. Now, I'm about to get into the meat and potatoes, okay? So if you don't have a pen and paper, grab a pen and paper. If you don't have a pen and paper, text yourself on your phone or do whatever you need to do. Don't leave this live. And I may have to speed through it a little bit because this camera's about to die. But I might do like I did yesterday, and I might just change the battery. I don't know. But I need to eat too. I was on here with y'all last night until 1 in the morning. I had no clue. All right, so I'm trying to give you guys some time to be able to go ahead and get your pen and paper. Now, what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to give you guys some banks that you can go to. These banks will require your social security number. These banks, they will require you to personally guarantee these loans. Now, if you have bad credit, I'll give you some information as well, places that you can go and get approved for as well. If you have good credit, I'll give you places that you can go to as well. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. If you guys would, please share this live for me. Everybody, share these lives right now. Share these lives. If everyone is ready, if you're ready, go ahead and comment ready. Comment the word ready so that way I know everybody's ready. I don't want to leave anybody behind. All right, no man left behind. We're going to move as a unit. So if you guys would, share this live for me. Comment done. If you're ready, comment the word ready. I'm going to go ahead and start getting into these banks. All right. I'm probably going to delete this live at the end of it. So you're not going to be able to go back and watch it. Ready asking me to log in, but not to create one. It's asking me to. What is, Cheryl? You talking about for the ebook? What's happening is, and I'm glad you brought that up. So if anyone bought the ebook, all right, so what's going to happen is it's going to get sent to your email. You don't have to create that login. I'm sorry it's doing that. I'll fix that. But you don't have to create the login. Check your email. It should have come from my CEO at Josh Earl. Check that. Let me know that you got it. All right, but that's exactly what happened. You don't have to create a login, or you can, but you don't have to. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, so I have people saying that they're ready on Facebook. Instagram is ready. What about TikTok? Are you guys ready? TikTok. Cheryl, please send me an email or DM me. Let me know when you see that that ebook. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, you guys. All right, so I'm hot. I'm sorry. 1 second. I'm so smart. I'm sitting here with the heater on. All right. So I'm gonna give you guys, like I said earlier, here's 3 credit cards for your personal credit that you guys need to sign up for if you have good credit. This is for good credit. When I say good credit, I mean people that have 700 or higher. I mean people that have a 700 or higher. You have very little to no late payments. You have about 2 or 3 credit inquiries. You have you have um, you have a credit profile that's not thin. You have your own primary trade lines. You're not an authorized user on everybody else's stuff. That's what when I say good credit, I want to be clear. You may think an 800 credit score is good credit. It's not. Maybe a good credit score, but what matters is your credit profile. Okay. So when I say good credit, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a score, but you need to have at least a 700. But the other things I mentioned are just as important. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say them now. If somebody want to type them in the chat, that would be great. But if not, it's all good. Maybe hopefully by now everyone has a pen and a piece of paper or whatever they need. All right. So I'm gonna give you. So the first personal credit card that's gonna give you a high limit is with Bank of America. All right. Now, Bank of America, they have I think 3 different credit cards or something like that. The one that you want to apply for is the white credit card. It's the white credit card. Okay. Now, these banks, I highly recommend that you don't just go and apply for it. I recommend that you guys open up a checking account, a savings account, and after you do that, deposit whatever the minimum amount is. I typically would do twice the minimum amount myself. I have clients that they don't do that. They just pay the $25 or the $50 and they through with it, and then they apply. I just like to do twice that amount. But I recommend you open an account with Bank of America if you don't already have one, and go ahead and make a deposit into that account. And then what is going to happen is they're going to ask you, and this is for all the banks. I'm going to go and just throw it out there now. This is for all of the banks, y'all. What's going to happen is the person, and go inside of the branch. Go inside of the branch. The person helping you, what they're going to do is they're going to say, would you like to apply for a credit card? You say, of course. And you go ahead and apply. Again, if you know that you're in a position to do so because you have the credit profile for it. Now, for those of you that are building business credit, let me add this nugget to you as well. You still need to go inside of these banks, open up a credit, not a credit, don't open a credit. Go inside of these banks, open up a checking and savings account, do the deposit. They're going to ask you, would you like to apply for a credit card? Now, fam, if you know your credit ain't good, don't you play with them folks and tell them, yeah, because that's going to make your credit even worse. All right. So make sure that you guys establish a relationship with these banks before you apply for their lending products. Imagine one of you ladies seeing a guy that you might think he's attractive, and he just come right over to you and be like, yo, what's up? Let's get married. You don't know nothing about that crazy guy. He might be crazy out of his mind. It's the same with these banks. You got to build a relationship before you just ask these folk for money. All right. So with all of these banks I'm giving you, make sure that you guys do that. You don't have to, but it will help your odds. Okay. It will help your odds if you do that. So again, Bank of America, they have a white credit card. Make sure that you guys apply for that one specifically. All right. Hold on. Now, let me close this out. Sorry, y'all. Be patient with me, y'all. Be patient with me. All right. So now these banks, like I said, these banks are banks that you want to go to if you have the desire to get the business credit. But like I said, you're going to open them up on your personal credit side. Hold on. So that's Bank of America. That's one. Like I said, it's the white card. And U.S. Bank. That's another one. U.S. Bank. The personal platinum credit card. That was a little bit hard to get, but still. All right. That's another one that you guys can apply to if you have the right credit profile for it. Y'all, I'm going to move past the personal because I'm worried about this camera dying. All right. Now, for those of you that are trying to build business credit, I'm going to give you the bureau that the bank's pulling from, and I'm going to tell you specifically what credit card to apply for. Write it down. All right. I might go a little bit faster because again, I'm worried about that camera. I'll be back here again tomorrow, you guys. Tomorrow I'll be here at 6 o'clock. I'll be on time tomorrow, 6 o'clock, and I can pick up where I left off at. But I plan on finishing all of this information now. Okay. So TransUnion, I'm going to start with TransUnion. I'm going to give you 3 banks that pull from TransUnion. Okay. Now, the GM Reward Business Credit Card from Goldman Sachs, they pull from TransUnion, and they'll also give you high credit limits. The next one is a bank called Univest. Univest Bank also pulls from TransUnion, and again, they give you high credit limits. The third bank is a bank called Apple Federal Credit Union. They're really good. They give you high limits, and they pull from TransUnion. Here's the hack. The reason why it's important for you guys to know what bank pulls from what bureau is because one of the strategies that I teach my clients is I go to TransUnion and I apply for 3 credit cards, like I just told you guys. They're going to pull from TransUnion. That means my Equifax, my Experian, there's no inquiry on those bureaus. Okay, I only got 3 from TransUnion. Now let's just say on the low end, and this is really easy to do. I get $10,000 from all 3 banks. That's $30,000 that I have with technically 1 inquiry to my TransUnion, 3 inquiries, but to my TransUnion. All right, so that's the reason why I'm telling it to you guys this way, because you guys are able to, yourself if you have a better TransUnion or a better Equifax or a better Experian. And if you don't know, you should. So you need to look it up. You can go to freecreditreport.com or my something like that. But you can look it up, okay? So TransUnion, I gave you guys 3. All right, now, hold on. Okay. Now the next one is an Apple Fed. Apple Fed is a credit union, okay? Just so you guys know. Apple Fed is a credit union. Now the next one is going to pull from Experian. All right, the next 3 banks are going to pull from Experian. All right, so we got PNC Bank, we have American Express, and we have Chase Bank. Okay, PNC Bank, American Express, and Chase Bank. Now, if you're one of those people who these banks aren't inside of your area, like I told you earlier, you need to go ahead and do a foreign entity form. Register your business as a foreign entity in the area that bank is at, okay? American Express, for those of you who don't know, once you get into the American Express, then when you apply for stuff in the future, they don't pull your personal credit most of the time. Sometimes they will, but most of the time they won't. So American Express is real good. Now, Chase is very sensitive when it comes to inquiries. So if you guys are applying for a Chase credit card, what you need to do is apply for Chase first. Yes, Cheryl, KeyBank is not inside of Georgia. That's why I would have to do a foreign entity in order to get into KeyBank. All right, so if you're going to apply for Chase, do that first. They're very, very sensitive when it comes to inquiries. American Express is not. All right, so I gave you guys TransUnion, I gave you 3. Experian, I gave you 3. And Chase, sometimes they can pull from somewhere other than Experian, but about 90% of the time they're going to pull from Experian. Okay? All right, so now we're going to go over to Equifax. We're going to go to Equifax. Now, the 3 that I'm going to give you from Equifax is Citizens Bank, is KeyBank, and it also is Truist Bank. Okay? Citizens Bank, KeyBank, Truist Bank. Those are coming in from Equifax. All right. I'm gonna give you guys a bonus just because I've taken up a lot of time. I'm gonna pull up. So this is not the ebook that I just told you guys about. Which again, I'm gonna make a quick announcement about my ebook. If you guys want to build business credit without your social security number, I have an ebook in the link in my bio. That ebook is normally $100. Right now it's on sale for $37. Only $37. I have tons of information inside of that ebook. Tons. I have the the email address, I have the website, I have the phone number, I have what you can get from there. If it's for a home apparel home store, if it's for a office supply store, if it's whatever it is, I have so much information. It's only $37. Go to the link in my bio. If you're on Instagram or TikTok, if you're on Facebook, you have to send me a DM and say ebook, and I'll send it to you. But I think yeah. But anyway, okay. So that's my announcement for that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do right now, there's another ebook I'm working on. It's not for sale right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to it because this information that I'm giving you guys right now, I have tons of this inside of that ebook as well. Okay. So I'm going to open that up now, and I'm going to give you guys some more from that ebook. Hold on. Be patient with me, y'all. Now, like I said earlier, the reason why this stuff is so important is because, if you have a stronger TransUnion than you do with Equifax or Experian, then you need to focus on applying for banks that can give you approvals from TransUnion. Hold on. That's not it. And I also mentioned about some of you guys with bad credit too, didn't I? I told you I was going to give you some stuff as well. I got you. Hold on, let me do this really quick first. One second. I'm actually in the process of writing this book, so I have to pull it up from here. Ebook. Here we go. All right. All right. So Experian. I'm gonna go back to Experian. I'm trying to see what I've already gave. I'll give you guys 5. Okay, I'll give you 5. Experian. I've already given you 3. If I say another one that I've already said, let me know and I'll give you a different one. Okay. So on Experian, we have FNBO. FNBO. First National Bank. You can go to that one as well. FNBO. That's 4. Another one will be PNC Bank. PNC Bank. So they pull from Experian as well. Okay. Equifax. I've already given you 3. So I'll give you 2 more. You gave us, which one did I give you? Which one did if I gave you one twice, let me know and I'll give you another one. All right, so Equifax, PNC. Okay, I gave you PNC twice. All right, so PenFed. PenFed. PenFed is for Experian. All right, PenFed is for Experian. That's to replace PNC. So there, you guys should have 5. All right, Equifax. I've given you 2. I feel like Bank of America was one of them, but if not, Bank of America. There's another bank called Fifth Third Bank. It's also from Equifax. I know I gave you Truist. Hold on. Yeah, I gave you Truist. I didn't tell you Bank of America pulled from Equifax, but it does. I'll give you another one. First Financial Northwest Bank. They also pull from Equifax. Where's another one? U.S. Bank and Flagstar Bank all pull from Equifax. Okay. All right. TransUnion. All right. So I think I told you guys about KeyBank. Let me see. TransUnion. I didn't mention that. Okay. So KeyBank pulls from TransUnion. It's a great bank, you guys. It's a great bank. Let me see. Hold on. I told you guys about Apple Fed. Just so you guys know, if you can't get into Navy Federal Credit Union, I highly recommend you look at getting into Apple Federal Credit Union. They give you the bag. They give you the bag. All right. Okay. So, U.S. Bank. I feel like I gave you all of that one. Or maybe I didn't. Huntington Bank. It's called Huntington Bank. That's another one that you guys can pull from. They pull from TransUnion. Navy Federal also pulls from TransUnion. The thing about Navy Federal, which is good and bad, but they don't report to your business credit bureaus. So it's good because you get a Navy Federal credit card for your business, you can literally run that thing all the way up. And here's the other thing about business credit, y'all. When it comes to your business credit profile, it's not like your personal credit. So, like my personal credit, I'm really strategic about where I go because you don't want to have 7 inquiries in one bureau because that makes it more difficult for you to get approved for other credit. When it comes to your business, you have Dun and Bradstreet, you have Experian Business. There's like 4 different places that your business credit report. When it comes to them, it doesn't really matter, right? So also we know that credit utilization is a big part of your credit profile, and it's a big part of um, your score, right? Now, if I max out a credit card, and I've actually done this, I forgot to pay a credit card one month. I paid it, so my statement balance is like the fifth. I paid it on the sixth. I forgot I needed to pay it on the fifth. My credit score dropped about 80 points, but because I paid it that next month, it jumped right back up 80 points. But if you have a high credit utilization, it'll tank your score on your business, on your personal credit. Now, on business credit, if you have a high utilization, it doesn't do anything to your score. So that's the beauty of building business credit. That's why last night when I was talking to you guys, I told you, I said, one thing that you can do as a strategy if you have bad personal credit, learn how to build business credit because you're already going to get higher limits with business credit. And what you can do is you can take the business credit and use that to help you fix your personal credit. Now, there's going to be people that say that you can't do that, you shouldn't do that. Who cares? Like, you're not going to get in trouble for doing it, okay? But it's easier for you to fix your personal credit by using money and financing from your business to do that with your personal, okay? It's just easier. It's a lot, trust me, it's easier to do it that way. Now, understanding that, that's one of the reasons why, again, I'm not trying to like harp about this ebook, but that's one of the reasons why that ebook that I have for you guys is really important because if you're already in a space where you don't have the best personal credit, you need to try to build business credit without your social security number. Because what you can do is get the money from the business credit, like I said, and just fix your personal. Now, I think it may have been Cheryl. Somebody bought the book, right? I don't know who it is on Facebook, but you are with it. Who wrote that down like that? Jamie, man, good looking out, girl. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. She took copious notes. They were copious. Um, so when it comes to Sam's Club, for example, that's what I was going to say, Sam's Club. Now, here's an easy hack for you guys to get a Sam's Club MasterCard. Even if you don't have good personal credit, what you do is so when you go to Sam's Club, you need to get the credit card for your business that is not the MasterCard. Wait about 60 or 90 days, and then you apply for the MasterCard. But you need to make sure that you've already used that Sam's Club business card and paid it off. Okay, not the MasterCard, the one that's the easier one to get. Use that for about 90 days. Use it, pay it off. Use it, pay it off. Have a good payment history with that over about 90 days. And then you apply for the Sam's Club MasterCard with your business only. So your social security number will not dictate if you're approved or denied. That's a hack that a lot of my clients use when they're building their personal credit, but first going the route of fixing their business credit, like I just explained to you guys. So again, that's the reason why that ebook is so important, because it lets you build business credit without the social security number, which you need to do that if you're trying to fix your personal credit as well. Okay. Now, I will say this too. If you guys are trying to fix your personal credit, what you don't want to do is you do not want to just go and dispute stuff and don't do that. As you go through the process of fixing negative items on your personal credit, you need to also be fixing or establishing positive payment history. Now, some of you guys may have a thin credit profile, but you might be like, yo, Josh, bruh, yo, I got an 800 credit score. But if I look at your credit report, you're an authorized user on all of the credit cards. No one is going to look at you and take you serious because you don't even have your own credit card. So what you need to do is, and I went into detail with this yesterday. So I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of detail right now, but I will give you guys this information. What you need to do is, while you're fixing your personal credit, while you're correcting any inaccuracies and all these other things, you need to go to Capital One, get a secured credit card, put $200 in it. Do not put $1,000 in it. You don't have to do that. It's not necessary. Put $200 in that Capital One account, and then what you need to do is go to Discover. Go to Discover, and when you go to Discover, put $200 or $300, no more than $300 on Capital One too. All right, $200 to $300 on Capital One, $200 or $300 on Discover, and then you need to go to your banking institution, whatever bank you're with, $200 or $300. Okay, and you want to establish your personal credit by getting your own personal non-authorized user trade lines. And here's why. Like I just said, you don't want to be an authorized user on everyone else's card, because doing that, what happens is you get all their payment history, which may be good or bad. But and I wish I could show you guys right now, but what happens is that when they look at your credit report, it tells you on your credit report, it says authorized user. It says that someone else is responsible for that account. What a lot of companies will do is they won't even consider that account yours because it's not yours. So they won't even look at it and consider it when they're giving you credit. So it's okay to be an authorized user. I'm not saying don't be an authorized user. Hey, what's up, Tusi? The coupon, what's up? I'm not telling you guys not to be an authorized user. What I am telling you is that you need to also establish your own trade lines. The easiest way to do that, which most people don't know and just don't do it. Hey, I appreciate the flower. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Tusi. Good looking out, man. A lot of people don't know this, I'm assuming, or just don't do it. But I feel like people don't know it because when I talk to my clients, they just have no clue that they should do this. You have to get those secure cards. And the ones that I told you, those cards, what's good about those is that they will graduate on their own. I'll be real with you. Capital One is a little suspect sometimes, but if you reach out to them, then they will allow you to actually graduate that card. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a Capital One card. When I was rebuilding my credit, I told you guys earlier, before I knew anything about building credit, business credit, or any of that stuff, I failed at business. I saw my mom on Facebook. I don't know if she's still there or not, but I was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, y'all. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. So what I'm telling you about the ebook, I'm telling you that because that's what I did. And when I'm telling you about the secured cards from Capital One and Discover and your bank, I'm telling you that because that's what I did. So in doing so, I'm gonna tell you about Capital One. I sent these folks, I'm gonna call them folks. I sent these folks a message. When did I send Capital One a message? I sent Capital One a message. So let me tell you this. All right, first, if you have Navy Federal, I'm gonna give you a quick hack how to increase your credit limit without getting an inquiry. And I got to tell you that first because that's what I did, right? I like to tell people what I did. I don't want to tell you a theory. I want to tell you what I did. So here's what I did. I know where Navy Federal pull from. Where do they pull from, y'all? Somebody type it in the chat. Where does Navy Federal pull from? I just told you. So Navy Federal, I know where they pull from, right? So because I know where they pull from, I went and froze that account. I froze it, right? TransUnion, there you go. TransUnion, you got it. TransUnion. So I froze TransUnion, and what I did was I went into their app and I requested a credit limit increase. All right, so here's what happened. They didn't pull my credit because it was frozen, but they still gave me the credit limit increase. That's how I got over $100,000 of personal credit with them. Because one credit card I had $15,000. That one they increased it to like $24,000. Another credit card I had with them, I had $20,000 on that one. They increased that one to like $28,000. I had another one with them at like 13 and some change, and they increased that one to over $20,000 as well. And then I have a personal line of credit with them as well. So my point in telling you guys that is, I was like, I'm lit. I am litty. I'm talking about litty, right? Confidence mad high. So I'm like, yo, let me hit up Capital One and see what's up with them, because yo, I'm embarrassed to tell y'all this. I still have, and I don't have it with me. I still have my Capital One card from when I was building my personal credit. This camera's about to die, y'all. I'm sorry. I still have my Capital One card from when I was building my personal credit. And I only have a $200 limit on it. I never use Capital One cards. I have one with a $200 limit, and I have one with a $1,800 limit. The lowest limits I have, yo, I got almost $30,000 with Navy Federal. I got $25,000 with Navy. I mean, it's just ridiculous. $200 credit limit. They never graduated a card. So when I called them, yeah. So that's what I did, was I started with $200. That's what I'm telling you guys. Yo, you don't have to go and put a bunch of money on these secured cards. Don't do that. You're wasting your money. Don't put more than $300. Put $300 on a card. Call it a day. But you want to get those three primary trade lines, because you're going to notice that that's going to help your credit score so much. I'll tell you, I sell trade lines. If you want to buy a trade line, give me $700. I'll add you to a trade line. You'll have a report on your credit profile that say you have access to $30,000. I'm not going to give you a credit card, but give me $700. You can get it. But rather than you doing that, the best thing to do with that $700 is what I just explained to you guys. I'm not here trying to take money from y'all. I'm here trying to help you. If I was trying to take money, I would say, give me $700 and I would sell your trade line. The best thing to do with that $700 is not to give it to Josh for a trade line. The trade line will help you. It will. But what's going to help you more than giving me $700 for a trade line is taking that $700 and doing, like I said, put $200 or $300 with Navy Federal, not Navy Federal, $200 or $300 with Capital One, $200 or $300 with Discover, and $200 or $300 with your banking institution, because you want to have a great relationship with whoever you bank with. All right, so trade lines, I've got Capital One, Discover. What's the next one? The next one is your banking institution, whoever you bank with, because you just want to have a good relationship with that bank. Fran said freeze account. Yeah, Fran. So when I say freeze account, what I mean is I went to my TransUnion and I did an account freeze. Hey, let's do this, y'all. Please make sure that you guys are all following me. If you guys would go to my Instagram, follow me on Instagram. And I'll tell you why. I'm gonna do what I'll do is I will host a live or like a community thing, and what I'll do is I'll actually show you how to do that as well if you don't know. All right. So, but yeah, you go and you freeze your TransUnion. Like if you like the list that I gave you guys, when I said that they pull from Equifax, what I would do if I were you, I would freeze TransUnion and I would freeze Experian. Freeze TransUnion and Experian. You're going to force them to pull from Equifax. The reason why I said it is because some places you'll notice they pull from more than one bank sometimes. And so because of that, like I said, Chase, I think it was someone, they pull from one 90% of the times, but then sometimes they'll just randomly pull from another one. It'll catch you off guard. But that's the reason why I say freeze the other two and just force them to pull from the one that you want them to pull from. Now, you might get a letter or a message back saying, hey, we couldn't access your credit report. You got to unlock it. Then you got to make a decision. Do I really want to unlock it, let them pull from it, or do I need to just wait? Because at that moment, you know, yo, my TransUnion ain't right. Let me not let them pull from TransUnion right now. And the beauty of that is you never got a credit inquiry. Okay, so that's why it's really, really important. Yeah, Indy, bro, I'll be back on tomorrow. Yeah, I plan on getting on tomorrow at 6. All right, tomorrow I plan on getting back on at 6 as well. I feel like I covered everything. What I'm going to do is, in all fairness, when this camera dies, I'm going to log off, but I'll let everyone know before I log off. And I will be back tomorrow, same time, well, 6 o'clock, all right? So if anyone has any questions about anything right now, please go ahead and ask it. And what I will do is I'll do a Q&A and I'll answer your questions. All right, so Cheryl said the registered agent info. I'm so sorry, you're right. How did I forget that? Okay, real quick, registered agent. Now, when you get a registered agent, the way that you find one, whatever state you're in, you hey, Facebook, let me know if you can still hear me. Just comment, we can hear you if you can still hear me. I know you can't see me. You should be able to hear me though. Let me know if you can. All right, so with a registered agent, the best way to find it, this is what I do. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, Cheryl, because whenever you're getting a foreign entity, okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, good, good. All right, so hang in there with me, you guys. I'm gonna be real. I don't feel like going to change the battery right now. It's on the other side of my office, okay? But what I can do, I'm sorry, give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on, let me do this because I want to be able to let them see me. Show camera switcher. I'm gonna switch my camera over here, and then that way I will hopefully be able to be seen by y'all too. But what you guys do is, sorry y'all, I thought I could prioritize. Like, hold on, Facebook, not Facebook, but face camera. So register agent, I'm gonna get to it. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I got so many cameras up here, man. Here we go. Select the camera. All right, I'm just gonna go. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all, well, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Scene locked. Let me unlock the scene, y'all. Unlock it. All right. All right. Facebook, you guys can see me now, right? All right. So, register agent. The way you find a registered agent is you have to go to. I'm in Georgia, right? So what I do is I go to www.georgiaregisteredagent.com. Okay. So if you're in Florida, what you do is you go to www.floridaregisteredagent.com. What I'm going to do is, and Facebook, I can't show you guys, but I'll see if I can copy and paste the link. TikTok, what I will do for you guys, I'll show you. And if you can see it, then you, if you can see it, then you should be able to screenshot it or copy it down so you can get the address. Now, like I said, this is, let me close this. This right here is my ebook that I'm working on that has not come out yet. All right, I will be finished with this ebook by Friday. I do have one currently out on sale for $37. It teaches you how to build business credit without your social security number. It is at the link in my bio on Instagram and TikTok. But on Facebook, if you want to get the ebook, send me a message and say ebook and I'll send it to you. Okay. All right. But what I wanted to show you guys here, again, this is the ebook that I'm working on that hasn't come out yet. The title of this ebook is going to be how to get $100,000 worth of business credit and what to do with it when you get it. I might change that title. It's still going to be $100,000 in business credit, but I don't know if I really want to go into the details about what to do when you get it. But anyway, so here's what I wanted to show you guys when it comes to a registered agent. All right, so I break down how to structure your business, right? I'm telling you literally step by step everything that you need to do. And just so y'all know I wasn't lying to y'all, I didn't ask y'all for the same stuff that I have right here is pretty much the first part of this ebook. But obviously I have more stuff here because people are paying for that, so I'm going to give more value there. But like if you click here, what does it say? Oh, that's just some more information about the business name. Let me go to this website. Okay, that's okay. So I don't know if y'all can. All right, so TikTok. If you're able to screenshot that, what this is right here is. Let me move that. what that is, that website, that's if you need to start an LLC but don't really know how to get to the place to start an LLC. All right. What I'm gonna do is copy it and see if it'll let me post it in the TikTok, Instagram chat. Hold on, y'all. If I can find it. Facebook, where y'all at? Oh, here we go. All right, I'm gonna go do the register agent one next. Okay, so that way, that's it right there, y'all. TikTok. That's the site right there. Screenshot it, y'all, so that way you can get it. It'll, like I said, if you need it, because this right here is for people that may not know where to go for their LLC. All right, I just sent it in the chat for Facebook. Now, for the registered agent, let me move this. All right, for the registered agent, here we go. Oh, I don't have it there. But as you see, when I talk about the email and all that other stuff, the custom domain, that's there. Registered agent. But again, just so you can see it, if you're in Georgia, this is where I would recommend you go. But if you're not in Georgia, then I would just say type in whatever state you're in, and at the back of it, type in registeredagent.com, because every state has a registered agent, and I know that because some of my clients are in other states, and that's one of the ways that that I do that. I'm sure. I'm going to say this too. So for those of you who were on earlier, I don't know if y'all can see it or not that way. Now, there's a hack. I have a video about it on my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, I think. Basically, I'm explaining to you how you can save your costs from your virtual office. The way that you do that, and that's the reason why in my ebook I have it done like this. I have it structured exactly how you should go about it, right? The reason why I have this before I have that and before I have that and everything else is because if you want to save money for your virtual address, what you need to do is you need to get you a registered agent, and then let's say you're about to apply for a credit card or whatever. You want to make sure that when you apply for that credit card, you want to make sure that your business address, you put it as the registered agent's address. Okay, and that's why I kind of explain that here. The registered agent service hack. And it's a hack because if you don't do it this way, you're going to pay $40 a month, $80 a month, $100 a month. But you want to get your registered agent first. You can use your registered agent's address as your business address, because that way you know that it's a actual office, right? It's not an address. It's a registered. What did I say earlier? It's a virtual office, not a virtual address. It's a virtual office. Okay, and so you won't have any issues with that, because now you want to make sure you pay the registered agent. But again, it's only like $25 a year in Georgia. Other places I'm not completely sure, but some places I know it's $40 a year. Even if it's $100 a year, it's still cheaper than you paying $40 a month. It's cheaper than you paying $100 a month. All right, so you get a registered agent, and what you can do is you're able to use that address for your business when you apply for different lending products from these banks. This is the most important part, so please listen carefully. If you do this, you have to make sure that you put your home address as your mailing address. Okay? Your home address, it has to be your mailing address if you use this hack. And you see, I list your home address as and I put it in capital, mailing address. Doing this will allow you to save money every month, not paying $40 or more per month, and it'll ensure you're using a virtual address. I need to change my verbiage. Virtual office with a physical location. Now, the reason why that's important is obvious, right? If you put this as your business address and you don't put your mailing address as your home address as your mailing address, what's going to happen is when they send your credit card, or your debit card, you're not going to get it. So Cheryl, yes, you can. You can use your registered agent's address as your business physical or primary or principal, however they word it for whatever application you're doing. You can use the registered agent for that address. But but please understand this. I would not recommend you let your clients think that that's your address. I would only say do this as a means to save money and still build business credit. Okay. When I first started in business, I had to pay $200 to get my business. See what I'm saying? Business address, my business office. I had to pay $200 to start it, to set it up. And then I was paying like $70 a month. I didn't know about this hack back then. It's like I told you guys earlier, business phone number. What did I say? Ring Central. So my point is that what about P.O. Box than home address? Navy New, P.O. Box. I would only use a P.O. Box if you're going to use that method I just showed you. You can never use a P.O. Box when you're doing a credit application as your business address. Don't ever do that. They're going to deny you so fast. And if you're going to a bank, it's going to be messed up because they're going to give you a credit. You're going to give you an inquiry for it. What else did I want to show you guys out of here? And I talked about this last night, but one thing I will tell you is the Dun and Bradstreet number. That number is very important because you might hear a lot of people online talk about Paydex scores. If you don't have a DUNS number, you cannot build a Paydex score. If you don't build a Paydex score, you cannot build business credit properly. I have clients that they make 6 figures, and these folks don't even have a Dun and Bradstreet number. That was mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing. I explain here about foreign entity, so I'm not going to, and I tell you guys in this ebook that I'm doing now, Perfecting Personal Credit, I teach you how to structure it. This is what a perfect credit score would look like. You won't have any problem getting funding with that. But I also teach you how to fix it. So cleaning up your credit report, I teach you how to do that. I teach you how to remove negative items from your personal credit. I teach you how to go through the dispute process. I teach you what secondary places you need to suppress or freeze, so that way you can have higher chances of getting negatives and things deleted on your credit report. I teach you how to dispute it with the companies. Again, I'm telling you, Mom, I don't know if my mom is still up here. Mom, if you're still up here on Facebook, comment for me. I don't know if you were up here earlier when I was telling them. I said my mom was like, yo, Josh, you go over and beyond with everything you do. And I told her, and she said, you need to charge for that stuff. And I want to see if she's up here, because if she is, I'm gonna let her say what my response to her was. Mom, you could, if you're up here. Yeah, okay. When you told me I need to charge for all the stuff that I do, this is my mom right here, y'all. Just so y'all see, ain't no cap. Ain't no cap in my rap. When you told me that I need to, first of all, tell them what you said, Mom. When you were talking to me about, he always does what it says. He always does. I don't know what you try to type, Mom, but that ain't it. So basically, my mom is literally one of my best friends, right? So she and I, we talk a lot, and she see how much I work. The stuff that I'm telling you guys, the reason why I keep promoting my ebook is because, you guys, I wake up at 5 a.m. I'll work from 6 a.m. until 2 a.m. whenever I go to bed, because I'm doing this. I'm doing all this research. That's why I can give you all of this information. All right. And she knew that I was going to be doing lives and stuff like that. And so she was telling me, she said, this is what I told her. This was my response to my mom when she told me I need to charge for everything I do. I said, if he gives away everything, he does not know enough. And I want you guys to understand that too, right? I don't have a problem giving away information for free, because I know a lot of information. The reason why I know so much is because I failed so much. The reason why I failed so much is because I try so much. So if any of you guys are out there and you are afraid to try because you're afraid to fail, I'm going to say this with all the respect in the world. You have the wrong mindset. Don't be afraid to fail. You will never succeed at anything if you are afraid to fail. Okay? I gave you guys tons of information. Actually, finish showing y'all this ebook that ain't out yet. It ain't out yet, okay? I just want to show you guys because I've been working hard on it. And you might see something that's valuable for you. And Facebook, I'm sorry that y'all can't see this right now, but I'll show you guys in the future. All right. So TikTok, Facebook, you guys can ask me questions too, and I'll answer them. My mom said he loves helping people. He is the best. He wants everyone. Let me see. Hold on, let me see. I can't see the rest of your message, Mom. Actually, let me do this. He wants everyone. Dang, still ain't showing me the whole thing. I know what she's probably saying, and she's probably saying he wants everyone to win. And that's a fact. That is a fact. I definitely want everybody to win, man. Because my belief is that there's enough out here for us all. My belief is also, if you invest time and energy and creativity and you invest thought, I put so much into everything I do. So sometimes I feel guilty charging. I had Zoina. I don't know if you're up here. Zoina, are you on Facebook? I know Zoina from at least I think it's the same Zoina that I know from back home. Zoina reached out to me the other day, and I felt so bad sending her a link to my calendar because I'm just so used to doing. Okay, Zoina, are you the same Zoina from Holly Street? Can you comment? Let me know. Are you the same Zoina from Holly Street back home? I've always assumed that you were. I just want to make sure. Yes. Okay. So I know Zoina very well. We from the same hood, from the same neighborhood back home. I just want to tell you, Zoina, I really felt uncomfortable sending you a link to my calendar to pay me. Now we discussed you doing a discovery call, which is free. Discovery calls are free, but for me, it's hard to charge people for stuff. I'm being honest. It's really hard, especially people I know. But what I realize is that I have to charge people because if I don't, I'm doing them a disservice and I'm doing myself a disservice. All right. So that's one of the reasons why I keep plugging my ebook is because I work very hard on it. But at the same time, it has a lot of valuable information for you guys. All right. So this is the credit report disputing process. That's going to be in that ebook. I got all of this information for you. Late payments, a strategy for that, special circumstances, the deletion process. Look at all the stuff I got, right? Credit inquiries, how to get these things removed in 24 to 72 hours. And the reason why this is important is because, so with business credit specifically, with business credit, if, like I told you guys, those banks that apply to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, right? I told you guys that. And here's one of the things that is important about that. If you do what I told you and you apply to, let's just say you apply to 3 banks total, one in Equifax, one in TransUnion, one in Experian. If you do that, you're only going to show one inquiry on your credit report. Now, let me be clear when I say one inquiry, okay? What I mean is it's going to show one inquiry per bureau. One in TransUnion, one in Equifax, one in Experian. Okay, now the reason why that matters is because most banks, they look at that one inquiry and they feel as though you're low risk. But let's say you keep applying to banks that report and pull from Equifax and you get 7 inquiries there, it's no one's going to approve you for anything else. Now, the way that some of my clients get upwards of close to $1 million in credit is what we do is we go through the process of structuring their business. And obviously, you guys, I'm not going to say on live all of the banks that I know and all of the, I'm not going to do that, right? But I do have a course where I literally put everything inside of it. It's not available right now. I got to record videos for it, but I have that coming out as well. But anyway, one of the things about this credit inquiry removal is, all right, so let's say you apply for non-banks. Let's say you don't have any credit inquiries right now, right? If you guys use the information I gave you guys in this live, you can apply for 3 banks with Equifax, 3 with Experian, 3 with TransUnion. Okay? That's non-banks that you can apply for. Now, when you apply for those non-banks, you only have 3 inquiries. That's not considered high risk. You're going to have 3 in each bureau. It is extremely easy to get $10,000 worth of credit from a bank for business credit. Easy. Now let's just think for a second, y'all. Y'all are smart. I know y'all are. It's really easy to get $10,000 from a bank. Okay? Getting $10,000 from a bank, if you do that at non-banks, that's $90,000 worth of credit that you have. Now, I got to be honest with you. My concern for people is you get $90,000 and don't know what to do with it, you're going to destroy your life. Because like I said, those banks, they're going to report to your personal credit. If you default. So in this book, I also go over, I explain how to get the highest limits possible, but I also go over, see banks and who they pull from. You're going to see like, look at this, yo. Look at this. All these banks, man. And I got more too. Again, I'm still working on this. I'm telling you how to fill out the credit applications, credit card strategies, credit card apps, spree strategy on how you should apply, where you should apply. If you get denied, I got recon numbers. A recon, for those of you who don't know, they're called reconsideration numbers. If you get denied, one of the first things you should be doing is calling these numbers and asking them why did they deny you, and talk to them about approving you. The stacking strategy, how to do credit card stacking. Like, there's so much stuff up here. How to do manufactured spending, or how to manufacture your transactional history inside of your bank. And this matters because some banks want to hook up to your bank account, and that's the reason why, that's the way they approve you, is based off your bank account. It's called I think it's called Plaid or Plaid or something like that. I teach you how to get the money off the credit cards. Bonus business funding if you qualify, $50,000 to $30,000 qualification. I tell you what that looks like. I tell you ways to get it. And then again, this is what I was just talking about. Now that you have the money, what should you do with it to grow it to $1 million? Now, these 2 things that I put in here, well, I'm telling you how to structure your money first. Dividend stocks, explaining that to you. Easiest way to get into real estate. Now, I did this. What I'm telling you, these 2 things I'm telling you guys right here, I've done it. The first year I did this, I done it for half a year. I made $50,000 doing it. I got receipts. I got proof of it. I made $50,000 doing it. This right here, I still actively do it. I made $1 million in my first year doing it. Now, the reason why I want to take this out is because, I don't know, I just don't feel like that's enough value, if I'm being honest. And the reason why I don't feel like there's enough value is because it's only 2 things that I'm explaining. But really, I promise you I made $1 million doing this. My mama's up here. I wouldn't lie. She's still up here. I wouldn't lie. She know it. I made $1 million doing this. This one thing right here. Easy way to get into real estate. I made $1 million doing that. Rental cars. I explained to you guys that business failed. The business failed because I stopped doing it. And I stopped doing it because one of the places I was using was Turo. And as you see, I have Turo right here. Now, I know why I failed in that business, because I was renting out luxury cars. But what I'm explaining to you is to not rent out luxury cars. I'm explaining to you the right way to do it. Okay? And I don't know if any of you guys know who CEO Matty J is online, but I'm also giving you access to his course as well. and I learned a lot just from watching him. I made $50,000 in his business my first year doing it, rental cars. Again, $1 million in this business, right? And you can go crazy with these two things using business credit. And I can tell you how to do it. But anyway, y'all, I wanted to show y'all that because, I wanted to show that I know what I'm talking about. Because I need you guys to understand that there's people out here. Well, let me show y'all this real quick. I'm sorry. Show y'all this. Hold on. Flip camera. My mom said, yes, he did. Right? So I ain't lying to y'all. Keeping it all the way real with you. Now, the reason why I'm showing y'all all of this stuff before I get off this thing. Hold on. My bad, TikTok. The reason why I'm showing you guys all of this stuff is because, every single person that's on this live right now, whether you're on TikTok, Facebook, you need to follow me. Okay? Because if you're going to look at the content I post, I give out value. Now, as I started going through creating these ebooks and these courses and everything else, I bought ebooks from other people. And I purposely didn't want you guys to see whose ebook I bought because they're trash. And I don't want anyone to feel like my ebook is trash. So if you buy it and you feel like it's trash, let me know. We can walk through it. Because I know it's not trash, but there's something you're not understanding and I want to explain it better for you. Okay? But these people, when they create content, when they sell you stuff, it's full of fluff. It is full of fluff. Let me show you guys this really quick. Leon, I appreciate you so much, bro. I'm trying to drop gems, man, because I want to add value to people. And I don't like they do fluff. I don't do fluff. All right. So let me show you guys this on TikTok, and I'll explain it to you in Instagram and Facebook. Now, right here it says, this is the introduction of my ebook. And all these hyperlinks are clickable and will take you to sites that you need. Right. But anyway, it says, I will jump right into this ebook without wasting too much of your time. I'm trying to do what? Eliminate the fluff and get straight to the value. I'm all about the value. So if you're not following me on these platforms, I highly recommend you do so. If you want to build business credit without a social security number, being the reason you're approved or denied, I highly recommend you buy the ebook. It's only $37, but if you buy it, once it changes, it's going to be $100. Okay. Right now it's just $37. The link is in my bio for the ebook. If you're on Facebook and you want the ebook, send me a DM and say ebook and I'll send it to you. If you buy it, send me a DM or email and let me know because I'm hosting a private training where I'm going over so much information from the ebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email that has the private link, and I want everyone that bought the book to have access. I don't want anyone to miss out on that. All right. So if I'm trying to think of anything else I need to share with you guys before I go, and I don't, it's getting late. But if, and I said I was only going to be here for an hour. That's crazy. I said I was going to be here for an hour. And it's 9:13. I want to take him to a soccer game. So I'm about to go, you guys. But what I will say, I'm going to give you one more opportunity to do a Q&A. If anyone has a question, if you got on the live late and you missed out on what I was going over earlier, you may have saw some stuff in the chat, you got a question about it, or I didn't give a lot of information and you're still not clear on something and you got a question about it, this is your time to ask that question. I will be back here again tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I have church tomorrow, so I'm not going to stay for 3 hours. I'll only stay for an hour max. I may only stay 30 minutes tomorrow. Knowing me, it'll be an hour at least. But I want to do this every single day. My plan is to do this every single day. Cheryl said, how long does it take to build business credit? A realistic answer is it could take you as little as 6 months. Cheryl said she has choir practice. So we both got something to do tomorrow there. It can take you as little as 6 months. Fran said, thank you. Good night. Leon said, hey, I'll be there. Appreciate you, brother. Jamie said, I'll see you tomorrow. So if anyone else don't have any questions, I'm going to sign out. Zwina said, thanks for sharing all the knowledge. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're more than welcome. And Zawina, I want to tell you, I'm extremely proud of you, man. I'm really, really proud of you. The thing that made me search for your DM was I saw Troy post something about your name, and I was like, dang, I gotta find her message. I couldn't find it because I got so many DMs on that page. So, but I was able to find it. I had to search it. Cheryl, you're more than welcome. Sleek said, can I apply to Chase, Wells Fargo, and Amex the same day? You can. You definitely can. Actually, there's a hack. And if you're still here, I'll give you a quick hack. Let me think about it. I may just save it till tomorrow. I'll save it till tomorrow. But you can. The answer is yes. You can do that. Tomorrow, I'll give you a hack on a strategy. It's also in the ebook that's coming out. But there's a strategy that you can use to be able to really maximize what you're talking about. And I kind of skimmed through it when I went through with my camera to show you guys. But yeah, you can do that. You can. And let me say this real quick too before I go, y'all. One last thing, and I'll leave you guys with this. American Express. I love American Express. If you guys are trying to build business credit, or if you're trying to get inside of American Express, it doesn't even have to be business credit. If you're trying to get inside of, man, that's a great question. Navy New. Please distinguish credit as personal or business. Many gurus miss. Actually, elaborate on that a little bit, Navy, if you will. I'll do that if you elaborate a little bit more for me so I can understand what you mean. So one of the things that you guys can do to get inside of American Express, if you don't have good credit, is a hack. I don't know if you guys know David Shands, but he's always telling me like, yo, stop talking about hacks. He said people think hacks are scams because they don't know any better. But it's not a scam, right? Basically, like I said earlier, because I do this, what I'm talking about, I do it. So I know a lot of hacks. I know a lot of like strategies because I do this is what I do. If you want to get inside of American Express, but you don't right now have the credit to do it, loopholes. There you go. Loopholes. I like that. One of the ways that you can do that, because like I said earlier, many of you guys know American Express. Once you're in American Express, you're able to get additional cards with them without a hard inquiry to your credit. So a lot of people want to get inside of American Express. But if you don't have the credit profile for it, here's what you do. American Express, they have like checking accounts. Okay. So what you do is you go and you establish a relationship with them by opening up a checking account, savings account. Now, everything is done inside of their ecosystem with American Express. So what you do is you get the account, you keep it for about 6 months, and because it's your primary account, you'll notice that, and this is not a 100% of the time thing. Let me throw that out there, okay? I don't want nobody saying, yo, you told me it was going. All right, so it's not a 100% of the time thing. 90% of the time, if you have a savings account with them and is in good standings, they see you've had deposits and transactions and things like that. If you wait about 6 months and apply for a credit card, you already have an internal score with them. So they're going to use that internal score and they're not going to pull your personal credit to give you that credit card. So that's a loophole, like Cheryl said, that you can utilize to get inside of American Express if you don't have the credit profile for it. All right, so we've done that. I've done that with clients as well. So Navy said gurus mention credit card strategy, but they mix the conversation with both personal and business credit card facts. Like create 2 Instagram accounts, post videos on personal and business separately. So I think one of the reasons why that happens is because it's like I was explaining earlier. You really can't build real business credit, like the high limits, if you don't have a good personal profile. Now, obviously, and I still kind of understand your question, but I want to make sure that I answer it the best way possible. But I feel like I kind of need a little bit more information. But obviously, there's a difference between personal credit and business credit, right? Now, it's extremely hard to build business credit without the right personal credit profile. So, like I mentioned earlier about me getting, I have $100,000 of credit on my personal side with Navy Federal. That helps me because when I go and apply to other places, they see I have high personal credit limits already. So what they do is they feel more comfortable giving me higher limits of business credit. Now, some business credit cards will report to your personal credit. Some will and some won't. And I have a list of those as well. But personal credit and business credit, they're not the same. They don't go hand in hand, but at the same time, I mean, you can't really build business credit to the limits that you want if you don't have the right personal credit. So, and I feel like I didn't really answer your question, but it's partly because I kind of don't understand it fully. And if I'm being real, but that's the reason why, like you said, a lot of people, they mention about credit card strategy and they mix the conversation with both personal and business credit facts. But like I said, it's because, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. Now, there's ways to build business credit that's not directly tied to your personal credit, if that's what you're talking about. Now, again, I'm going to plug my ebook, but I have that information in an ebook that's at the link in my bio. It's $37. Normally it's $100, but if you get it from the link in my bio, it's only $37. All right. Now, there's something called different tiers. So you can build up through tier 1, you can build up through tier two, and you can get to tier 3. Now, the beauty of going through it that way is once you have you have an 80 Paydex score on your business credit. Again, that's why going to Dun & Bradstreet is so important, because you need Dun & Bradstreet to build a Paydex score. Now, once you have an 80 Paydex score on your business profile, you have good trade lines on, will need to be on the audience to get it this side of the phone. Now, I feel you, my bad, bro. But once you go through those processes like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, then what you're able to see is that you're going to get to a point to where you can get corporate credit. Now, the difference between corporate credit and business credit is corporate credit is not directly tied to your personal Social Security number. Okay, so you can have a zero credit score, a terrible credit profile, but if you build corporate credit, it doesn't matter about your personal credit score. But here's the thing. The reason why I don't talk a lot about that is because my target audience, you guys aren't in a place to build corporate credit. The reason why I know you're not in a place to build corporate credit is because in order to build corporate credit, your business has to be a well-established business. You have to have the documentation needed to prove that your business really make money like that. And you have to have 2 years tax history. And it's just a lot of stuff that the average person don't have. But like I was explaining to you guys, the way around that is through building up business credit using your EIN. Now, in doing so, it takes more time to do it that way. And it could be a little bit of a nuisance, because what you're doing is you're having to go to like Quill and get, the items they sell. You got to go to Granger. You got to go to, what's another one? Quill, Granger. You have to go to go to nav.com. You got to go to all these different Net30 sites and build it up. And it just takes a little bit longer. But if you stick to it, then you're going to see that you're going to be able to get a car in your business name, not attached to your social. You'll see that you'll be able to get apartments by getting what's called corporate leases, getting houses by what's called corporate leases. And it's a strategy that people use because, again, like I told you guys earlier, if you don't have a good personal credit score, one strategy for you, one loophole, like Cheryl said, is to build up your EIN number on your business and use the funding from that to fix your personal credit. But at the end of the day, You got to fix your personal credit. No way around that. No way around it. But unless you do like I did, and I don't even want to say I lucked up, but my construction business, that business was extremely successful, and I wasn't expecting it. So, but I'm about to dip out, y'all. A lot of new people just joined on TikTok. I wish y'all would have. Appreciate you, Pretty Face Ken. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Cheryl, you've been on this thing the whole time, girl. I appreciate you. If you guys are not following me, please follow me. I really want everyone to go to Instagram and follow me. My Instagram is at like 4,000 followers. My Facebook is almost at 31,000. My TikTok is at like 16 or 17,000. My Instagram, for some reason, just doesn't grow. And I think the reason it doesn't grow is because a lot of people from back home are on it, and they just don't engage with my content. I'm not talking about you, Zoena. I'm not talking about you, though. But anyway, man, y'all have a good night. I appreciate you guys. If you're not following me, again, follow me. If you want to get the ebook, it's on the link in my bio where it says, just click the link in my bio. If you're on Facebook and you don't see it, then send me a DM and I'll send you the discounted link for the ebook. All right. Hey, man, I love you guys. Whether I know you or don't know you, I love you. I appreciate you guys. I really want everybody to win. I want everyone to be successful. I'm trying to make myself better by being more consistent. That's the reason I showed up on live yesterday. That's the reason I showed up on live today. And that's the reason I'm going to show up on live tomorrow. I used to hate doing lives because I thought nobody would join it. And I'm like, I'm going to get all this information. Nobody's going to join it. Like, so I'm glad you guys joined it. I'm glad you guys have found value in it. And I really, really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys sending me badges. I appreciate you guys liking the live, sharing the live. It makes me feel really happy, really good, really good. So thank you guys a lot. I appreciate you guys. I will definitely chat with y'all tomorrow. My goal is to be here at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock tomorrow. All right. I love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Bounce, 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 bounce. Peace.